Hello folks, and welcome back to part 2 of this G.Skill build. In part 1, you saw us make this aluminium accent piece for the EK Velocity CPU water block. Now what we're going to be doing in this part is starting work on the structure itself, and that means we're going to be milling an awful lot of aluminium. So it's a good thing I'm not relying on the surface finish on these bits. Oof. That has got some thickness to it though. So as I mentioned previously, we're going to be using an awful lot of aluminium in this build. In fact, this is 4mm sheet, and we're going to be using this for the majority of the case. We've also got 5mm for some of the more structural parts, and even 10mm for the even stronger bits. But for now, we're going to be starting off with this. We're going to be cutting out the rear I/O panel. We're also going to be doing the first of the heat spreader shaped parts that goes on the outside. So let's get this on the machine and get it cutting. Just me, or is there something deeply satisfying about that?
sure know who you gonna meet.
Well, it's good to see that things are now starting to take shape. I'm really quite enjoying flashing this around everywhere because it really reflects the light just so well, because it really is that shiny. And I'm really glad that I took the time to go through all the different grits for this. So to get this particular finish, I went all the way from 320 grit up to 500, then 800, then 1000, and then I started wet sanding at 1500, and then I took it all the way back down again to 500 using the soft pads, the same sort that I used for making satin tubing, and then I went 1000 in that, 1500, 2000, and then finished up on 4000. And then, even after that, went at it with a polishing sponge and then a polishing felt. The other thing is that the surface finish, I think, has brought the look of the panels to be much closer to that of the G.Skill heat spreaders, which is fantastic because obviously that's the whole theme of the build. But you may be sat there thinking to yourself, hold on a minute, Alex, that's only 3 panels. Where's the rest of the rig? Well, the thing is, I haven't actually designed all of it yet. Well, I've designed enough of it that I can start work on parts like this, but I was a bit worried that if I started work on some of the other smaller components, I was more likely maybe to change things up in the future, and I didn't want to commit too early on because I've only got so much material, and there's not enough time for me to order in anything new after that. So I sort of have to get it right the first time, which I won't lie, is a little bit daunting. In the next part, I'm going to be tackling the distro plates for this build, which is going to be quite interesting because that includes the crystal effect type distros and lighting panels. And I've never done anything like that before, so it's going to be a little bit of experimenting, but it should be good fun. Of course, if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And whilst you're at it, check out part 1, where I made an accent piece out of solid aluminium for the EK Velocity CPU block going into this rig.